Hello everyone. This video walks through completing Packet Tracer Assignment 6.4.3.4, Troubleshooting Default Gateway Issues. This Packet Tracer assignment is a part of the Cisco R&S Introduction to Networks version 6 curriculum. Now, in this particular lab, we've already got a network that they've done some configurations on, and we're going to troubleshoot what may be wrong with it. Oftentimes in real world situations, people go in, configure stuff, but we configure a lot when we are network administrators or junior network administrators or even just help desk support people. So we have to go back and troubleshoot maybe what may have went wrong instead of just clearing everything out and starting over. So we have to be able to identify what issues are currently affecting our network and fix them. We'll continue to do these types of labs all throughout your CCENT preparation and CCNA preparation. All right, now first we need to verify and kind of look at where to start. Now obviously the thing that I most start with is usually the physical layer kind of going up. So I would make sure everything is plugged into the correct ports, right, that need to be configured. Make sure that you've used the right cables. Make sure that IP addresses are set at each one of the physical ports. So let's go to PC1 and ensure under desktop and IP configuration that this matches the IP address that's supposed to be in our topology here. So PC1 is supposed to be 192.168.10.10, 255.255.255.0 is its IP address or subnet mask. We notice that it says 11.10. This is supposed to be 10.10. Okay, so that's the first thing we kind of need to fix here. Also, we look, the subnet mask is right. Then we want to look at our default gateway. Remember, our default gateway is the way that our PC gets outside of our own little subnet and talks to other subnets. So here, when we look at a packet traveling from PC1, it's going to pass through S1 and go on to R1. So we need to make sure on R1, right, that G00 is the one we've got plugged in here, is configured for 192.168.10.1. It also needs to be in our subnet. So that is correct. Okay, so it's going to travel from PC1 over to switch 1. It's going to send it out to R1 and let it do the routing to other networks. Now let's check PC2. Okay, it should be 192.168.10.11. Subnet mask is right. Default gateway is still that 10.1 where it gets sent to G00 on R1. Now I kind of just hovered my mouse over R1 here and I saw that G00 is 192.168.10.1. That is correct. And a /24 subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. Also, we want to make sure that this is actually plugged into G00. We don't want to get our wires crossed and this be plugged into something else. So that's okay as well. Now, the other side of R1 is plugged into G01, so let's make sure that is correct, and it is. Also, we want to make sure that the IP address is right. We see it says 192.168.11.1, and it's up, which is good. And it's supposed to be 11.1 if you look at G01 in your addressing table. The subnet mask is also a /24 or 255.255.255.0. So that is all correct. Now let's check PC 3 and 4. PC3 says should be 11.10, and we see that right here. Subnet mask is right. Default gateway should be this G01 on R1 because again, something's going to leave PC3, go to S2, and then up to this interface on R1 to be routed over to the other side of the network if need be. So that's correct. PC4. Okay, we got 11.11. Now, this one, you notice our gateway is wrong. This should be 192.168.11.1, not 1.1. Okay, so we needed to fix that there. Okay, all right, so we're getting some points down there. We got 15 out of 35. So let's look at what are some other issues in our network. We've kind of handled this stuff kind of going up. Let's see if we can actually get some connectivity from PC1 to R1. We need to expand this out a little bit. We see that's successful. PC2 to R1, we see that's successful. PC3 to R1, that's good. So that means there's no blockages in between the two. Now, if we would have did this in the beginning, before when we had some wrong information, PC1 and PC4 wouldn't have been able to talk to R1. So that's good, we solved that. Now let's see if PC1 can talk to S3. That's good. PC1 to PC4, that's good. PC2 to PC3, that's good. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm just basically pinging from device to device. All right, so all the devices can talk to each other. So from that kind of standpoint, we're okay. Now let's look at the other configurations on switch 1, because we've got VLAN 1 set up on both switches. So let's go into switch 1 and let's do a enable and a show run. Right here we see VLAN 1 has an IP address of 192.168.10.2, a 255.255.255.0 subnet mask. That is correct, so we are okay there. Let's look at switch 2. Oops, sorry, we don't need to be in configuration mode. Show run. All right, so we've got no VLAN actually set up here. Okay, we also see one other command that's set, the IP default gateway. I don't remember seeing that on switch 1, so that's also something we need to put over here. So let's go to configuration mode. Now, switch 1 here, to set the IP default gateway, the default gateway for everything like in this part of this network, they're all in the same subnet mask, the same subnet, the 10.0 subnet. So they're all going to be from like 10.0 up to 10.255. You'll learn in the next chapter you can't use .0, you can't use .255. So it gives us 254 usable addresses. Well, basically here, this IP address on this port in R1, the G00, is going to be the default gateway for everything that we connect over here. So S1, we need to do IP default gateway 192.168.10.1. Okay, that needs to be the default gateway for that side of the network. Not just the PCs, but the switch as well. Okay. And we had our VLAN 1 correct. Here, we got our default gateway correct. It's 11.1. Again, this port here, the G01, is the default gateway for everything on this side of the network, which is in the 11.0 subnet. So they configured that correctly, but I don't see the VLAN. It says no IP address, so we need to fix that. So we go into configuration mode, interface VLAN 1, IP add or IP address 192.168.11.2. This is the one we're configuring here. 255.255.255.0. And no shut to make sure it's on. Okay, now we've got 35 out of 35, so that gives us 100% for the lab. All right, so again, you kind of see we didn't use show run on R1, but we could have to make sure everything is okay. But you kind of see here we're attacking each layer of that OSI or TCP IP model. I start with physical because it's usually, when you call the help desk to, troubleshoot your internet or anything dealing with computers at home, a lot of times they ask you, is it plugged in or is it turned on? That's that physical layer where we're trying to diagnose the simplest issues first. And then we kind of go make our way up the chain to IP addresses and other stuff. That's a little more complicated. So that concludes this lab assignment in troubleshooting.